I hope there's audio this time. I swear to God, every time that I do this, there's never audio. But is there audio now? Oh, yes, there is. Okay, amazing. I don't know if this is a good position. Seems like everything is visible. Today we're going to be working on some butterflies. I want to do this for at least like 30 minutes. It really shouldn't take that long. Um, I don't really want to be here forever. But last time we worked on these horses. Can you see? There you go. And this horse, and today we're working on butterflies. Um, I already caught one because I was testing. I got a microphone. So because I was testing out the microphone, I was like, might as well just like, um, caught one just to see. And I also haven't caught these butterflies in a while, and I wanted to make sure or just see how bad it would be. So we have these butterflies here, and then these other ones that are a little bit more abstract, more detailed. So we'll see how it goes. Let me see here. Last time that I did a live, a lot of people were asking about the bookmarks. So I'm gonna share my website in the chat if anybody wants to check it out. I have some art there for sale, and I mainly sell in the U.S. or ship to the U.S. Um, but yeah, check that out, and we can get started. It's not gonna be anything crazy this time. Um, but I got a new microphone. Hopefully that helps with the amount of noise that comes from the saw. And yeah, let's hope this is a good angle because I tried my best to find the best angle I could. Since these are really tiny butterflies, um, it becomes harder as I start cutting the body to view it because my fingers get so close to the saw. So we'll see. Like I said, I already tried to cut one out. Gonna zoom you in a little bit more. And yeah, I'm hoping I want to see how many I can get done in 20 minutes. I'll try to restrict how much I speak. No, I was kidding. I just tend to speak a lot and then get distracted. But yeah, hopefully I can start working on more bookmarks and do some of them live. That would be really cool. I've just been really busy lately, So it's been a bit hard to keep up with everything, and every time that I do a show, these butterflies do extremely well. So I decided to make more, just so I have more for the next show. And there's only one detail inside that I have to cut, which is just where the loops for the necklace or earrings is going to go. So we chilling. I'm trying to. There you go. And it just doesn't really take that long to cut out this. It's like a teardrop shape, and it just adds a bit of detail instead of it just being a plain circle. At least to these, because the top of it is fairly thick. So I'm curious how the other butterflies that I design are gonna come out. But I guess we'll see once we get there. I'm lost. I'm over here. Okay. I'm excited to show something like this because these butterflies are so tiny, and I feel like it'd be fun to watch the process of cutting them. It really doesn't take that long. I think the main thing with designs like this, the thing that takes the longest is sanding it. Maybe, I don't know. But we'll see. There isn't much detail to these. I like how simple they are. I'm very strict when it comes to butterflies, and I wanted something kind of dainty for the jewelry. And this is also just a design that I used a lot for when I teach metal cutting, and then a lot of people really liked it, so that's what I decided to use for the jewelry and stuff like that. The only annoying thing is this is semi-soft copper, so it's not extremely soft. It is on a little bit on the harder side, but it makes it a little bit difficult for me when it comes to cutting out a lot of things in one sheet, because this is the first butterfly that I cut off already, and this is so soft and flimsy that it gets stuck at the end of my bench. So that's the only really annoying thing about it, is that I have to work around that. And it's better for me to work on it though in a big piece instead of like having to cut this butterfly from a tiny piece of copper that is the exact same size as the butterfly. That is where injuries happen. And for my classes, I never have the students do a butterfly this small either. So, but if I did, that would be really hard for them to cut. But let's see. I do think like right now for this stuff, I picked a pretty good angle, but okay. So as I mentioned at the beginning, these are the original butterfly designs. This is the new one. and the heads are so tiny. I think I might go a little bit over that just to make sure that that section is strong. But nothing can be promised here. We're already 10 minutes in. I gotta hurry up. So the nice thing about this is that I can really bring you up close because I only have to close this one time. I don't have to open it and close it as like when I'm cutting details because I'm just going to be cutting the outside this time. So I can really bring you in much closer than you currently are, which is really cool. So let's get started. This is going to be a little bit louder. And I am starting towards the top. I don't know if that's the best idea. I don't remember the order in which I did this last time, but I'm just going with my best guess. And then also, I can feel a little bit of friction already with my saw. I am going to wax it real quick. So, in terms of the upcoming week, I've been live streaming quite a bit recently, but I'll be busy until Monday of next week. So I probably won't live stream until Tuesday, and hopefully I can do some bookmarks for you guys. Okay. But I'm not sure quite yet what everything is looking like. I'm hoping to get all of the jewelry and bookmarks done in May. That includes sanding and varnishing and all of that. And then for June, I want to work on a lot of decor. If that's even possible. So we'll see, because I still have to experiment a little bit with what I want to do. So we'll see. That's going to be interesting if I am able to figure it out. I also just enjoy streaming more during the day. Because the sun is out and stuff, but there's times like this where I don't have time to work until later in the day. So, but it's fine. I'm trying to take this slow and also trying to show you what I'm doing. I don't want to hide it completely. It's kind of hard. Just because I do need to move the piece a lot here. I know you're seeing from your end is a bunch of dust. For the butterfly, I am trying to maintain the tip of it summer. And once I'm like really close to cutting it off, I put an edge. so I'm able to cut it off clean without it bending. And there we go. Butterfly. Let's go. So I was able to cut that in 5 minutes. Amazing. It takes more than 5 minutes for me to sand it. And it takes me more than 5 minutes for me to put the coating on it. So the cutting of these pieces is so easy. Everything about it is hard, or everything else about it is really hard. So I do think that it is best to start towards the top of the wing. Just because I feel like I have the most support when I do that. I don't know if that's how I've always done it, but that's how I'm going to continue to do it today. I also want to do more bees. Oh my god. The bee designs are also really cute. A little bit more complicated than the butterfly for sure, but still very easy and simple. But it has to be complicated in order to be seen as a bee, I think, because otherwise you can't really tell what it is. I feel like it's getting harder for me to show you. Once I get to these lower areas of the butterfly, it gets hard to show because my hand is moving back and forth, so I'm able to cut all those curves. Okay. It's really windy out. I'm hoping my internet doesn't go out now that I think about it. But it should be fine. See, it says get closer to something else, it starts to shake a lot. And that's when it becomes a little bit harder. But that's okay. There we are. I'm gonna take this off. It's so crazy how much dust one butterfly produces. It's thundering. That's not a good sign. All right. Hopefully nothing bad happens. My window is open. I'm gonna wax my blade. I do feel like it has a little bit of resistance, which means that it's dueling up a lot. And I do feel my hand heating up a lot, which it's weird. I coordinate my hand on the handle heating up as the blade heating up. And like as soon as the wax settles onto the blade, I literally feel my hand cooling. Is that crazy, or is there like an actual scientific way that that's like a thing? I don't understand. But anyway, I feel like that's gonna be hard. Do I start here? I don't know what to do. Okay, that's too much. Okay, gonna start here. I don't want to start here, but the way that I have this set up, I have to. But yeah, so my blade dueling up, I've been using it quite a bit. I cut multiple projects with it. All the lubricant does is make it last a little longer. And cool down as well from use. And I try not to push on the blade or anything so it doesn't heat up even more, but because it's supposed to just glide through. We'll see how I can manage cutting this one. I feel like cutting it this way is a little bit harder, which is weird because you're like, you start at the wing anyway, but I'm finishing at a different part of the wing, which I just don't love. But I also like cutting with the design on my left. So I prefer feeling a little uncomfortable while cutting by starting at a different point, then switching the siding, which my design, well, the design is sitting at, because I can see the design here if it's to the left of the blade. I hope everything is visible here for you guys. See, that's the part. Oop. Okay. Half of the design is better, but it's fine. So cutting it like that was fine. Don't love it. I just feel like I have less space to work with. I feel like my middle finger is stronger than my, what is this one? Index finger? So when I start at the other side of the wing, I have more control with my middle finger as we're coming to an end. But not with this one. Oh my gosh, I'm struggling here. Okay, another butterfly. So we are 4 butterflies down. Throw that to the side and we'll continue. So this is the side that I like to start on when it comes to cutting this butterfly. It just feels more comfortable. I don't know why. I do think that it has to be like towards the end. I can really press here and have enough space to put my finger on that. But I feel like if I'm finishing it off on this side, I can't do that. It's so weird how it's such a big difference. But that's why you just gotta know what you're doing when it comes to this. But yeah, it's not as hard, but it's better than trying to start on that side just because it is your blind side. Like I'd rather not have a blind side and struggle with a different starting point than have a blind side. I don't know if that makes sense. Yeah, because like for all of this, my index finger is like doing a lot of the weighing down, but my index finger is not strong at all. It's not strong or stable. So I feel like it doesn't, like it's fine there because there's still so much metal on this side that is weighing down the design. But if I'm trying to finish it off there, I feel like I just don't have a lot of control. And this dust is pretty heavy and it loves to stick to this sticker paper. So even though I do try to blow it away, sometimes it doesn't. It just stays there. And I noticed that it does look way worse on camera than it does in person. Like there isn't as much dust as it shows up on camera. And I just don't know if that's because maybe the camera is picking up on the finer dust as well. See, and this is the other thing. My middle finger is the one, well, along with my thumb, is the one doing a lot of the movement. You see all that spinning that I'm doing? That's all my middle finger. My index is useless, besides just being an occasional weight. So that's why I guess I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to say with that, but I think it kind of explains a little bit of why I prefer starting on the right side of the camera, or the butterfly on the camera. And there we go. And then another butterfly down. So we're at 30 minutes. Maybe I can go for an hour and I can get these done and then cut one of the new butterflies out. Because I can really go through these quickly. I think. I don't know. I did say last time that it took me 5 minutes to cut it. So we'll see. Um, so here's where I'm just thinking again. Do I start here? Yes. Because it's basically my regular starting point. This is relaxing me a little bit too much. I feel sleepy now. I need to lift this up again soon because I feel it. I feel my hand getting hot. I still don't know how such a tiny butterfly can produce so much dust. Actually, I'm realizing that I still end this side with my index finger. So I guess it doesn't matter which side. But as I'm like coming closer to the end, I put it really like up against an edge here. Because the thing that I'm scared of is that it's going to bend if I'm like cutting it in the middle of the air. And there we are. Another butterfly. And that one took 4 minutes. So let's now go to, I guess it doesn't really matter. We'll start with this side. Oop, I need to move this up. I don't know if this is more fun to watch than me cutting the bookmarks. It's repetitive, but I think the butterfly just shows a lot of the skills that it takes to do Metal Cut. everybody, welcome. I'm currently hand cutting some butterflies. It's a very interesting process. I think I messed it up. No, it's fine. The details for this, or there's just so much dust that gets produced that I feel myself leaning in more so I can see what I'm doing. And so my back's starting to hurt a little bit from doing that. Usually what you want to do is make sure you have your back straight, your arm that you're using to cut at 90 degrees, fluctuating just to use the entirety of the saw. I think at this point the question is, how many butterflies will it take for my blade to break? Because my blade is not doing too bad. And there we are. Another butterfly done. It looks cute. And then we just flick it away. And I dropped it. Okay. 3 more. I think that one took 5 minutes. I think it really depends then. Sometimes I'm taking 3, sometimes I'm taking 5 minutes to cut. Hold on. Really gotta stretch my fingers. I'm just adjusting the handle so you can't see that part because it's underneath the bench, but oh, see, that's reaching a point. I have to be careful where I am putting pressure at. Because as I said, this metal is not hard copper, it's like semi-hard copper. So are very thin and weak spots, it can bend, especially if there's a lot of friction happening. So that is one of the reasons I worked in this tiny hole. Because it gives the butterfly that is really small a good amount of surface area to rest on. So it's at no point fully just in air. And that's usually what can cause a lot of pulling of the metal. So that's when like the metal starts curving a little bit. And then because you're putting a lot of pressure, or because it's getting soft due to the heat of the blade, and then because the metal is curving, and this happens to me a lot in small sections, but because the metal is curving and heating up, or it's bending and heating up, it like wants to lift up a lot. Like right there, you don't want it to be fully mid, so that's why like putting my middle finger there is really important so it stays leveled. But it's still hard to do. But it just happens a lot more, especially because there's less copper on this sheet due to all the butterflies that we've cut so far. So there we are, another one. And now we're gonna flake it out of the way. And work on this one. Oh my goodness, okay, hold on. Sorry, this is gonna keep lifting up, so I'm just gonna cut it. All right, there you go. Should be better. No, it's not gonna be better. I gotta cut off this side too. Yep. Because you see, like it's bending so easily, so I gotta cut it off. And I do like working on a bigger surface just because it helps, but at that point, it's more a disturbance than helping me. So, but I can work with this much metal left. So, and by work, I just mean not putting my hands too close to the saw. Even though I haven't cut myself in a really long time, or the blade never snaps badly enough where I cut myself due to the blade snapping. But I mainly just need it so I can move the piece freely without my fingers being so close to the piece. Like I just need there to be more metal on the side so I can have like an easier rotation while doing this. And then again, it just helps with the overall stability of the piece. I also need to chill because I'm going way too fast. This is relaxing me way too much. I'm getting sleepy. Or the details are so tiny. My eyes are like straining, and I think that's why it's causing me to be a bit sleepy. Maybe it's a combination of both. But it is satisfying to see like this be cut so quickly. It's one of the easier designs that I have. And I can knock a bunch out in an hour. And it's one of people's favorite designs as well. Everything else takes forever. As I mentioned before, the sanding, the coating. And I will be making a slight change to these this time to make them a little bit more unique, which I'm excited about. But I think I'm mainly going to be doing that with the necklaces, not the earrings. So that's going to be too much work for the earrings. Okay. Getting close to the starting point. Trying to be careful. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing. I really need my finger there because it's lifting a lot. Because this is going to be one tiny piece. Can't see. There we go. There we go. Now let's get it out of the way. So we can work on another one, on the last one. And then I should have enough time to cut the new one to see how it goes. I'm excited to try it out. It's, I don't know, it seems a little bit complicated, honestly. I don't like this. Okay. I'm gonna try it out. I should have thought about where I was gonna start with this one before I started it, but it's fine. Because I'm about to lose all of my holding space. But that's what I get for trying to rush this a little bit. Just give me a quick second here, sorry. Oof. I'm still here. I just have to do something real quickly. Okay. The thing that makes everything for designs like this more complicated is those corners. Okay, so this is where I have to cut it off because I don't think I can do the full turn yet. I mean, I can try, but I'm still gonna lose my support, so I think it's easier to just... So now that's all the metal that I have to work with. And you see, it's not a lot. I hate when this happens. But it's fine. This is gonna require some of my nail strength. And I can grab it from here. It's not the worst thing ever, but I do have to work a little bit harder when this is how much metal I have left to hold. My goodness. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing. It's getting so blurry on my end. Or like I'm getting way too close. It's kind of hard to see what I'm doing. But this is the best angle I can hold you at, because if I go higher, then it picks up more the top of my saw instead of the design. So then you're just seeing the saw just bouncing back and forth. I have nothing to hold, so I have to use a lot of my nail strength. And get my fingers really close here, which I trust myself. But when I post videos like that, sometimes people are terrified for me, which is really funny. And also, so hot. The piece gets super hot from all the cutting and me holding it so intensely. Sometimes it will literally be burning hot after I'm finishing cutting. Spin. This is going to be the hard part because I have absolutely nothing here. There we go. Oh my goodness, that took a minute. All right. So we managed to cut a few. There's so much dust on my hand. So I cut one out of when I was in live streaming. So total here we have mm, 9 butterflies, and then 10 with the one that I cut not in live stream. Hey, and then again, this is very easy to clean up or take off. Oops. So all my designs are printed on sticker paper, and this is vinyl sticker paper, so it is very easy to remove foam, metal, and glass. And then the back has a plastic cover, which I also take off. And there you go. And then it's up to the sanding and everything that comes later. But I'll do more of this cleaning in a little bit. Right now, I do want to at least cut one of these new butterfly designs that I have. I don't know how they're going to do, so I'm not going to do many, and I'm just going to do necklaces. What I do want to do is make this head bigger. I think that's good enough. So all of the heads have been drilled. I'm not going to do the same thing that I did with these other ones. They have like a teardrop head to them. This is just a circle. It just, for the design, it works. So I technically have more space to work with these. So I'm just going to start here. Stretching my hand and everything before starting this, and I'm actually going to lubricate my saw again. There we go. And this is my first time cutting this design. I don't know if I like it. It's like a mothy butterfly. So if you guys do like that design, please let me know, because I'm still indecisive on if I like it or not. It still has like that wavy detail as the original, and the teardrop bottom here. Since this is my first time also cutting this piece, you'll probably see me pause a lot to clean up the copper around the saw, because I am not familiar with design quite yet, so I can't necessarily blind guess where I'm going, which is what I usually do after I've cut a design so many times that I just know it. I don't know this one yet, so. Seriously can't see something. And it looks so much worse on camera. Like, it looks like there's so much dust. Which there is, but there isn't as much as it's showing. Sorry guys, I went quiet. It's my first time cutting this piece or this design. And I'm not familiar with all the curves yet. So I tend to go a little bit quiet trying to figure out, because this is going to have different weak spots than the previous butterfly that I cut. There we go. And that's what it looks like. I don't know if it looks like a mothy butterfly. But I'm gonna take the sticker off and the plastic just so I can take a better look at it. And you could honestly reuse that if you wanted to. The sticker paper. I think you can probably use it one more time before it stops sticking. But I never actually do that because like when I cut jewelry, I cut in mass. So yeah. I don't know what thoughts are. It does look cute. I kind of like that. I didn't realize that like a heart is shaped towards the bottom. It's kind of cool. So that's, so this would be our two little, does it fit? No, it does not. Be our two little different butterflies. I don't know if one is better than the other. But yeah, I like both. I do kind of like the mothy butterfly. It's gonna have more, but it was good to try and see if I need to fix anything about it. I think I do need to go back into the head and maybe do that teardrop similar to this one. You can kind of see the teardrop shape there. It's not symmetrical, but hey, I try my best. So then now I'm just going to take off the sticker paper off the designs because why not? I used to do ASMR of this, but the butterfly is really hard to do ASMR of because it's like so tiny. And I have to grab it and then I just cover the entire design with my fingers. So that's why and also I change who I get my copper from. So if I'm getting copper from like for decor or a big sculpture, I can definitely do ASMR with that because the plastic is blue and like so much cooler to work with. This is gonna bother me. Hold on. I gotta clean up a space here. There's so much dust. But I gotta clean up like a little spot to put all these butterflies. And I can show you guys again how they look next to each other. And I don't take the plastic before I cut them because it protects the back from getting scratched while I'm cutting it. Again, I'm still going to sand it and polish it. So if it gets scratched, it doesn't really matter, but it just saves me a little bit of work if I leave the plastic backing on there. Why is this not? Okay. And this thing does end up like leaving a little bit of like scratches on here sometimes. It's fine because I'm gonna sand it anyways, so it doesn't really matter. It just makes it easier for me to pick up the sticker paper. Just trying to find that myself would be hard. It's not fun. But it's not bad. Honestly, the worst ones to do are the bookmarks because those have a lot of details. Or anything that has a lot of detail, like tiny, tiny detail. Just a nightmare to remove the sticker paper from because it does just break so easily and it will stick to absolutely, not stick to absolutely everything, but you have to go through like each section of detail to get it off. And same thing with the plastic protection on it. But aren't they fun? Okay, I have 5 more. And they're so small. But also the reason why they're so, like, again, 5 minutes to cut it, not bad. But it does take like 20 minutes maybe to sand it. And that's where I die internally. Because I'm struggling as is to hold it. So imagine trying to put some friction on it for sanding, which I did come up with a little device thingy that will help me sand, but it's not super effective. It still leaves like some type of like markings on it because it is made out of plastic. or silicone. I don't. Oh yeah, silicone is made out of silicone, so like it shouldn't technically leave a mark, but it does because I'm doing a lot of movement when I'm sanding. This one, I think I need to fix the head a little bit. It doesn't look as uniform as I'd like it to look. And also, yeah, I do prefer to use vinyl sticker paper. The only downside to it is that the ink does not stay on it. So you can see how easily it rubs off. It's not a huge problem again if I'm like working on designs that I'm used to cutting all the time. But I prefer doing this and losing a little bit of the design than having to struggle with removing the sticker paper. Because previously I would use paper, like office sticker paper. And the bad thing about that is that it really does stick to anything. It does not want to come off, and the only way that you can remove it is with water. And then you have a lot of residue on the copper when you try and dissolve the the residue, which you don't dissolve fully. You make it able to separate from the paper, but that's pretty much it. Okay, almost done. This is the last one. And I can show you how they all look together because they look so cute. And the more I look at the new butterfly design next to the old butterflies, the more I like it. Like it's a good integration. And I just like don't want to have just one type of butterfly. So I do like that part of it. So let me see if I can show you it. Just keep in mind that this side of my desk is a little bit of a mess. Ooh, cute. They're the butterflies. All semi-organized. Looks so cute. Oy. Well, you can tell, you can see how small they are compared to my finger. But yeah, I really do like the new design next to these butterflies. They're going to have changes from the original. And if you can't find any butterflies anywhere, like on my website, that's because they're all sold out. So I'm excited to bring them back, and I'm excited to do some additions to this and to have a new butterfly design that will have other stuff to it as well. It's very cool. And so from last week and this week, this is what we have done in terms of jewelry, which is great. And these horses didn't take long to make at all either. So that's really fun. Let me see if I can get the camera to focus on those. There you go. Those didn't take long to drill. I don't do the drilling live because the noise is really annoying, but I did do the cutting. So if you're interested at all, that live is on my page currently if you want to check it out. And that was a fun little thing. The horse is really easy to cut. And I'm not sure if I want to do that same thing with another design because this is the same design that I have for my bookmarks. This horse here is the same as this one. It is a little bit smaller. Can't see anything. Give me a second here. There you go. It is a little bit smaller than the one on the bookmark, but it's not bad. So I was thinking I could maybe do that same thing, but with the hummingbird. Like a hummingbird earring would be cute. And that's my only other idea. I don't really. The bunny would lose a lot of detail if I turned it into an earring. I could possibly do a cat as well, but I don't know. But anyways, thank you so much for joining me on cutting these 11 butterflies. I'm so proud of myself that I was able to do it in like an hour and 10 minutes. That's really good. I won't be live streaming again until next week, so that's either on Tuesday or Wednesday next week. And then I'll just be uploading whatever I haven't uploaded yet as reels. So yeah, check out my website, DanielaDesigns.com, and sign up for my newsletter, because I don't send a lot of newsletters, but when I do, they're fun. So have a good night, everybody. Bye bye.